lot of vindictive people in this life. Go. Go elsewhere. You know what I mean? All right, just hang tight for me real quick. Will you? Thanks.
All right, Judge, next is page 27. Stanley, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Stanley.
Morning.
So you stand charged with terroristic threat as well. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On Monday, February 17th, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated she was walking her dog and she saw the defendant walking on a sidewalk close to her residence. The defendant began screaming and telling the complainant that he was going to kill her and her dog. The defendant ran towards the complainant and continued chasing her until she ran back to her home. The complainant advised she was in fear for her life. The defendant was located at a bus stop outside of a location in Harris County, Texas.
Mr. Stanley, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person. Do you understand?
Sir.
You are also not to be in possession of weapons as well. I will do everything in my power to protect every person in my county by whatever means. If I find that you become a danger to my community, I will lock you up, deem you a public danger, make your bond high. Do you understand?
Sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
It might take time.
You working?
Off and on.
Anything steady or no?
Not steady, off and on.
Okay. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer? All right. So Deputy Pinson is going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer. I need you to fill it out. I need to know everything about you. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. All right.
Right this way.
So can you file no contact, no weapons, no going within 500 feet of where she lives or where she works? So just let her know that if you can, please let her know that we put in an order that he's not to go within 500 feet.
Right.
No, so that if she does, let you guys know and then we'll take appropriate measures, you know, please. Yeah.
All right, and you'll fill that out in the jury box. That's it for now, Judge.
Okay.
Counsel for reset.
My name is John. It was attorney. It's my neighbor.
You check in.
I'm sorry, say again?
I'm your person, less you call this morning.
Yes, I do. He is in immigration specialist.
Okay, so you have to.
Go ahead, counsel.
Good morning, Judge. How are
Hi,
you, sir?
how are you?
Yes,
Wonderful. So you have a guy that's in custody, right? You said?
Your
Is
Honor.
it,
He's in immigration court. And
so
like
you
yesterday, I picked up this case.
do you want, you're signing on, obviously, right?
I'm sorry, say again?
You're signing on?
Yes.
Okay, so because you're on it, because you have this, do you not want me to revoke the bond?
Yeah, I don't want you, well,
I'm okay not doing it.
yeah,
You know, and we can set you for the day after this hearing.
right. His master calendar hearing is set, I believe, March the 11th, and his future is greatly determined.
Sure, of course. Are you representing him in this?
Yes. And
Right.
in immigration.
Great. So just keep us in the loop. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do is if you're able to get him a bond and he does bond out, he needs to be here the next business day for bond conditions.
Absolutely.
After that, once we get him under conditions, we'll waive his appearance until you guys work work it out. So
Pleasure to meet you.
absolutely, likewise.
All kinds of stories.
Oh, no, don't.
Most of them, well.
So if you want to do March 12th, I'm happy to do it. Or whatever day you want, really. Doesn't matter to me.
Probably a few days after that.
Sure, of course.
So,
Yeah, just tell Victoria.
thank you, John.
Absolutely.
Council House, March 18th through the 20th.
Let me look at you. March 18th.
Or the 20th.
Either one is gonna be fine. Do it like March 19th. On update. You give me a big one.
Can I turn your mic first? I don't know. You're welcome. Council, what is that? Nice to see you. What do you think?
Hey, Lauren, how's it going? Have Miss Jacobs.
Hey, when you see Lorenzo Williams, I need to talk to him. He's on page 2, top of page 2,
Okay.
for the motion to amend.
Because just the amount of effort.
So the less than the 4 feet.
Yeah. I don't know what she would have done. Really shouldn't tell Jerry about the almost about this week.
A chest to be big. Yeah. He's not.
Have a good day. Right. Don't worry about So you know my brother.
I did, that was your brother. What a small world. Wow, he's the best.
Yeah,
You know.
used to do those kinds of things all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just easier.
Really?
His kids' pictures, hundreds of kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. He was, my kids went to Levitt, and he did photographs for all of them over there. Yeah, hundreds,
Right.
thousands.
He
I
made
mean,
a lot of
geez.
money, doing 1,000 people in one day. and
Yeah.
Selling pictures to the parents, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then God, cold calling and having to do all those kids. Yeah, yeah, he did ours. That was 30 years ago.
Your particular.
Mhm, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, huh?
He knows that whole community.
He cornered the market.
Like,
There was a time when everybody went to Eleanor's.
he was booked out for 2 years in advance when somebody got their date. They would call him up and-
That's amazing, isn't it?
For 3 years. I can't get our first year job tomorrow.
I know.
So.
That's how good he was. He is, right?
Yeah.
And I guess he just shied away, doesn't want to do it,
But yeah, just.
Council for that.
At the weekend parties and stuff. I think people stop using people that can, because they hire an iPhone, kids. It's cheaper. So
Really?
not big market anymore, yeah, just more amateurish. Because people have great, time nowadays using their iPhones.
I didn't even think of that. You're right, Yeah. He was at one point, I remember just everybody would just, you couldn't book him because he was just so busy. Yeah. Well, at least he's doing that gig where the schools, I'm sure, are keeping him really busy.
He does everything. Slow down, man.
Yeah. Next time you see him, tell him hello. I knew him 35 years ago.
First.
Mr. Whiteside, did you want to talk about, did you want to talk? Did you want to talk about it?
Oh, no, Judge, I'm waiting on discovery in my case, so.
You're done? Bring it up here. Did you fill it all out? You gotta fill it all out.
All right, Judge, we have one more arraignment.
Okay.
14 and 15. Mary, John. Come on up.
Hey, Mackenzie, you mind helping me out real quick?
This is Mary, Mary.
You were on bond for theft,
Yes, sir.
and now you've picked up another. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
On February 17th, 2025, an officer was sitting in a Walmart parking lot and observed a male wearing a black jacket, red shirt, and brown pants running at a full sprint from the front of the store with what appeared to be a large box holding near his waist and trying to conceal with a jacket. The officer shouted to the male to stop running approximately 60 feet away. The defendant stopped, made eye contact with the officer, and entered the passenger side of a motor vehicle. The officer shouted for both occupants to stop, at which time the motor vehicle sped off, exiting the parking lot. The officer was advised by another officer that he was behind the motor vehicle at a Valero gas station parking lot. The defendant was detained and recognized as the same person observed to run away from the store. The complainant, a loss prevention associate, provided video showing the defendant walking past all points of sales with a speaker, total value $289, and the defendant was later ID'd by his Texas driver's license.
You saw him bond for a prior assault.
For
Was it-
prior theft, yes. Judge.
Right. Was that at the Walmart? And did we order him not to go to a Walmart?
That prior theft was from a Home Depot, Judge.
I can't continue to give you PR bonds, Mr. Mary.
Yes, sir.
You continue to pick up cases. What am I supposed to?
I don't think it.
Stop.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to talk. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to continue to give you PR bonds. You're going to stay with me. You picked up a bond while you're on bond. I told you not to pick up any more cases. You've now picked up another case.
Nobody told me anything. The first time was,
Stop. I'm revoking your bond. I'm putting you in jail now. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer and we'll talk and we'll figure out where to go from here. But this is the third PR bond now. No, sir.
isn't that three?
It's three.
It's not me though. I only have
This
two.
is not a negotiation right now.
Two.
I will appoint you a lawyer. I want you to talk to someone and then we'll figure out where
Yes,
we're
sir.
going from
Yes, sir.
here.
And-
Mr. Captain.
Morning, Judge.
Hey, bud. Yeah, come on up. Good morning. What's going on?
I'm approaching on Edgar Gonzalez. He's on docket this morning. The reason I'm approaching Judge, if I may, is he is currently on bond conditions, so there are no violations or anything, but random urinalysis is one of them. And he had scheduled a cruise before this case ensued, and
I don't have a problem with him going. He just can't use.
yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry. No, I just don't want him to be.
So what we'll do is we will,
During that week.
right. What we'll do is just let Felicia know the dates that he's going.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let us know he's going to get tested as soon as he comes back.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
the tests go back a couple weeks, so we'll be able to see if he's using. So tell him I know that he's going to be a big constant party, but that doesn't, give him the authority to use. So please tell him not to use. The other thing is they've also filed a motion to amend in this case. Have you seen it?
I saw that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any objection to it? I think they're amending.
Other than we're splitting hairs because it's right at 0.15.
Okay, all right. Thanks. So Felicia, just, if you don't mind getting the dates, please. All right. Okay, thanks.
Let's.
Right here for the clerk.
The top box?
Hey, ready?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Are you? I've got Travis Reed this morning.
Reed?
Yes.
Okay.
We're just doing a PTI disposition. Today was his last day. It's my understanding state just needs to confirm with the PTI department.
Yeah, because there was, I think during that they wanted to term at that date. I haven't gotten that. I'm trying to, if they.
Can we wait a little bit to see?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Let's wait. Is there anything that, did he complete everything?
He did, Your Honor. It was just, I think there was like a no-show UA and then a high brack. So they wanted to at the very end of the term.
Okay.
Just waiting on that.
So let's see. I mean, I
Yes.
guess let's just wait.
I can send the general thing in email.
Yes, it was just the person who was assigned to him was out of the office today, so I didn't know if we needed to come back tomorrow or not.
I don't know. I mean, let's see. Do you know, perhaps can we email Gomez?
In that department. Just to see if they-
What about Miss Gomez?
That's who I'm.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, email her, see if we're good to go. If not, maybe roll to tomorrow. Yeah.
And if we do roll him, I just wanted to make sure, would it be okay if we waive his appearance so he doesn't have to come back down here?
If they're saying that he's not good to go and they're not ready to file a nollie, he's got to be here. But if they're going to file a nollie, then no, of course
All
not.
right, thank you, Your Honor.
So let's hold for a bit, I guess, and just see.
I want you to see. Come back. Okay, that's fine. You I don't know what happened. See that out there.
Well, you were sitting here. Okay, well, I'll generate a reset if you find her, then we can send her.
Okay.
For, interlock, and then I'll be on the, word. That's all. Okay, all right, yeah.
Hey, guys, come on.
Good approach.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Judge, I've got a brief off document, if I may. Got a cause number whenever you're ready.
Okay.
253-5924. It's my client, Joe Greathouse.
Okay,
Judge, Mr. Greathouse has a scram. I've checked with pretrial. He's had no issues. He's in compliance. He drives for a living. He's got a truck that he wants to finalize getting. He's pre-approved for an insurance policy. I'm asking if the court would consider switching the scram to an in-car so he can drive. That would be his only vehicle.
what do you think? He also has an FSRA upstairs and an evading arrest in a motor vehicle.
It's up to your discretion, Judge. Obviously, I don't see what the harm would be of keeping the scram on.
Is there no driving right now?
No, there's not a no driving. You just can't drive without an interlock equipped, I assume.
He's gonna put it in the work truck?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's his
okay.
only vehicle.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Just let him know it's drinking.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's not gonna go well.
And he's been doing treatment for about a month and a half, 2 months now.
Counsel, is he here today?
Judge,
Yeah.
I could have him report or waive his.
So would you just waive it?
Thank you, Judge.
Sounds good. I'll create the order now.
Okay.
And then it's. It's. I'll create the order list, so we'll take and remove the screen and then I'll send it to after. And I'll get him instructed. All right, there you go. You're picked up. You're welcome. Counsel for reset. Hey, what's up? Oh. Okay, what's up? Okay, so you don't have to approach because you're at school. Counsel for reset.
Judge, can I approach?
Yeah, hi, Aaron.
I have Mr. Washington, first name Michael, on your docket this morning.
On bond or in jail?
Someone, and he's present. He has a PTI decision-making class, gun safety class, driver safety class, $100 donation Houston Food Bank. He has done the donation, the driver safety class, and the weapons class. He has not done the decision-making class. He just needs a little more time to do that one.
It's 201 days old.
I understand it.
So he'll have until Monday to get it done.
That's fine.
If he doesn't have it done, right. If he doesn't have it done by Monday, let him know who will be set for trial.
Yes, Judge.
Okay? All right. Thanks.
First through the third. Motor April 9th, waived appearance, and then it's special. That is nasty.
Hey, okay, I have Mr. Okay, you don't have two names in your system, but Santiago is one.
Yes.
Okay.
So Judge Fleischer for the states, the hour of the very 7.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay, so just let's just see what the card looks good, but whatever you need is fine.
All right, thank you.
Your first judge?
yes, ma'am.
Judge, this is on Mr. It might be under Santiago Lopez in your docket. He has two names, but it's gonna be July 2nd. Yeah.
It's not Santiago. Let's try Lopez.
Yeah.
It's under Lopez Santiago, our system. I can give you a cause number.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it because I don't even see it. All right, what is it?
252-7146.
It's an Myrna.
Right, so for some reason it has in your system in one.
I don't even see Myrna. It's on today?
Yes, Judge, it's on your thing.
Oh, he's in custody. That's why. Okay,
Sorry.
well, I didn't realize that. That makes a difference. Okay. What would you like?
So Judge, we were thinking about getting a trial setting for today. I mean, the state has been generous with their offer. It's no problem with that, but he wants a trial setting.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's no problem. It's up to you.
Right.
Just whatever day you want. We just need to do at least 30 so that they can get their motions and.
Judge, the state would ask for at least 45 days because he is a Spanish speaker and we.
And I told her.
That takes even longer.
Right, I told her I have no
That
objection.
takes like 75 days, I think, right? A minimum.
45 days, I believe, is the cutoff for translations that need to be provided to defense counsel.
Have you been able to look at everything?
I
I'm
have.
sure. Is everything in English or Spanish?
So I think it's in Spanish, some of his, yes, when he's doing his sort of, because he's only really a Spanish speaker.
Right.
Judge.
Okay. Whatever day you want. I'm good.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want. Doesn't matter to me. So you guys pick
After
it.
45 days, you're fine.
Right.
Just pick a Tuesday, please. And then
That'll work.
whatever.
Thank you. And Judge, would we, just for logistics, like, would we do it like in the morning normally, or do you do it like after docket?
No, so we do voir dire on a Tuesday
Oh,
and then
okay.
we start testimony on Wednesday.
Okay,
So
perfect.
everything happens in the morning. So we do voir dire as soon as we get the panel, which is usually around 9:30,
Okay.
9:45. We just go until we pick it and then we'll start testimony on the following day.
That'll work. Thank you so much. Judge.
Okay. So put the request in now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. Or at least 40 spots.
I was using the yeah, okay, so it's or 20 miles. What else?
So, yes.
Ready for the plea or?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll get started.
Seems to be pretty far there.
Yes, so they.
Now we're typing some. No, it's longer. I feel like why, sorry, no, I just. So, any future questions?
I'm still really trying to say wants to.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good, thank you. I have no question. Five, six, five, nothing. There's the names? I don't know. No, they're doing shows Trump. No, they're not trying to either, but they're doing BWI, on 2020, or, which I think that's not even a show. 3 days for after. Oh, well, that's from now they're trying. I'm feeling like I'm seeing it was not released, which I was a peanut butter. At one time. No, I didn't know what to do. But I could afford it. And so I was thinking of doing what really school. And it's yeah. Okay, so yeah, so yeah. Well, maybe not, but I'm looking on PI. I'm still hasn't been based on the actual sheet. I'm just wondering. So it's showing that it's disposed of. Yeah. That's a history. Sounds incredible. Different attorneys. Okay. I called it together by some. The officer just. Yes. Right, somebody called me yesterday for. About it. So the last name is Walker, so they're not okay. I forget her title, you know, I think it's something to do with the juvenile. Right. You know, yeah, I know. That's what it was. Okay, she was, me. Okay, some topic. So I told her. But when it's within the system, the word. So to take it away is what I see. Okay, so the statement about. So judge wants, the amended condition should just say All conditions. But they never follow conditions. So Judge Fleischer was involved in findings, everyone wanted to of that. Argument. She also I have to request this. And after this ends, like, so there's no interest in requesting for that's
So she was supposed to be released on.
I haven't heard that. So Meritt in this story. Maybe I'm still not really coaching.
No, it's just so much, I will more.
Really now, and I. Hey, I don't. I cannot tolerate this. Yeah.
I didn't put it, it just looked like here. What is it?
Yeah. There,
What's the day? Come on.
which one is? Yeah, and I'm
Isn't it actually?
why is there some? Oh, I really can't specify. I was trying to do it about working on her, so I haven't get it yet. I think we just charged. Yeah. Yeah.
But she goes on.
Yeah.
She just was like, I didn't do anything wrong. She was about everything. Why am I doing it?
Yeah.
But she passed. But it's not like that. Well, I'll be back.
Yeah.
She continued. She
Okay.
It's unnecessary. She
Yeah. And then also that's the here is that she had an marijuana farm. So that, what if he wants to go? Yeah. Okay.
They have a lot of
Okay.
so much fun. No.
Right. That's not good on you. Right.
Use the back.
Yeah. And I think you're coming from it's like probably not much of the best. With the community, I don't think it's probably much skills, but I think you kind of need it. Yeah. So I mean, maybe hopefully just like my expensive thing, and then, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know. Yeah, he's weird. That's the
Somebody said. Well, I was wondering about, this case where there's a client, the woman got into a fight with their kids on the screen.
Yeah.
But she, I think they even been able to, but the calls that comes on, said, But when we get here, get ready to fight. He said, no, since you fucking office, I'm not telling you, I'm going to check it. No, get there. Ready to fight.
I'll pick this up. Yeah. We're just waiting on the next meeting for the. Thank you.
It's so like for everybody. So. Somebody said, I don't think that's what that great exists. Yeah.
Roadhog!
Back in the day, right?
Yep. And then, I got you all these ones.
Wait for more now. I'm good, how are you? Right, is everything good? Dissolution. Sure.
Okay.
I have
Hey, Vic. Hey, I'm in back doing some work. So if someone needs me, will you just kind of let me know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back to. I don't know if we can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it. So we were trying to get in touch with.
That's what, working on. So they're like.
Answered application was.
Right.
That's great. Let's see.
So the, out of the backstory, complainant, this is.
You can do. Let's see here. Maybe. 1837.
And he's back here.
Wait, okay.
Get it. And then.
8 months.
Door.
Going 817.
Just want me to do like.
It's not a question.
I don't think so. I'm not sure though.
That's probably back to school.
Yeah. I mean, it's. That worked out. Hello, this is the clinical 543. I'm calling this. Yeah, grandmother's raising. So I kind of speak on this. You tell me that's actually testing case. Shown. Yeah. That's sad. You try to understand. I have no idea. It needs to. Smoking information.
Sure.
And then go.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's give a quarter shot. Let me see it. Did you send Martin to be tested? No, I have not. What's last name? He said the drug test today on page 13. Oh, I don't have the documents. Oh, Martin, I have the case number one. Martin, okay. And there's one thing. Yes, sorry. I use on my computer right now, so I'm like distracted. Oh, okay. Can I get back to you in just a second? Okay, sorry.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's one reason. I is for the so maybe picking up some severe, I don't know how long it will do. Yes.
Hi, good morning. I just got the email from Montgomery. The state's checking to see about restitution of the complainant.
Okay.
So just kind of.
Okay, got, I got eyes on.
All right, thanks. How are you? Good.
I'll try to get. Have somebody on that road.
Oh, nice.
That's why I'm not sure
All right.
what we're doing. Yeah, if you want me to, I think that's kind of our best job. I assigned it to our best.
Okay, was that or?
That's my question. I have honestly, I'm not sure. It looks like. What I think happens is we're planning with officers.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because we never made contact with
Seaburg is where it's with the slow discovery.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's, okay. Mhm.
Specifying different but it's still showing the class B. And like, does this impact on?
Right.
I was looking up to the tree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So.
So we just ask the investigator to let
Yeah, because it's not even charged as the,
Yeah.
that's not even the correct NCIC though.
Yeah. It's like, should have been some. So.
So,
Is that what's always different with that?
yeah, we're sticking with the class B for sure. If I just cross this out and do like NW, would that be like fine, or do I have to file a motion for that?
No.
That's awesome. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Because we're just abandoning the taxes though,
Yeah.
this language.
And let's say. We're too bad. Technically, I'm not sure what it says. I'm gonna.
Okay, cool.
He.
Okay, so for the plea.
Yeah.
So if you put that as for the, NCIC code, it's not for the.
It's fine. I'd say so. Yeah.
Whatever. Yes.
It was. Okay. The dogs. Kill is not descriptive.
I probably say did you listen to Arraignment in that?
I just don't.
It's not.
Just call it. I ask her. Make sure that means Brad. You're looking really busy, huh?
Must be, because I also emailed Billy I cannot show you the same. He doesn't have no conditions with. And she said she wanted to do. Sometimes I need to work with them. I can understand.
I'm just.
I'm also getting.
Yes.
First time. I believe it's first. So you get two. But no problem. Thank you. Okay, so they've been on our remote really good then. So then you have that work. So not that. You order it's
They've had changes. Two by three. Seven. Yes. It's just that.
No, I've also got you.
No, I'm saying. I don't know. It's gonna be a few months, right?
But we don't have that. We can send you a bunch of information for you to consider on this case. There's a go to. It's the local process, let me know. So I can't, sorry. Please go to counsel for your set.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, yes. I mean, oh, sorry, this one. That's okay.
Martin? Unless you.
Okay.
I got all the sign of one form earlier. I'll call Judge out and show me where you are.
Yeah, on the phone.
So it's.
I'll take it later.
Yeah, that can work very well. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Do I bring them out?
Yes, I'll take them to come out.
Yes.
You still have to sign his bond condition. So I'll give this to the clerk. But I don't even see what's in this file. So I don't.
If Machado Benitez.
He's probably.
Come on, y'all, get it.
Yeah. He was still here, he broke it and he broke on his back. He was take care. It was still needed. Great. So just like. No. Probation.
Are you? No, I was. I can.
Oh, no, he's ready. We're already. Okay, good.
Yeah. You know, I have to give him. Yeah. Yeah. First time.
Hey, Aaron, sorry to keep you waiting. I was working it back. Okay,
I'm approaching,
Judge, can you check your waiting room too?
We're approaching on Mr. Messina, Your Honor.
okay.
This one, Your Honor, I'm just trying to get a future date. We had him set for an en bond mental health evaluation, but this was my fault. I got the date, but I didn't realize he didn't get text messages. I took a screenshot of the date and sent it to him.
Do you have a new date already or no?
I emailed Helena. I don't have one yet. And he also has a felony pending on March 13th. I don't know if we could just bring him back on that date and kind of leave that as a place date, see if I get a date.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's getting old though. It's 200 days. So just make sure that like, hopefully he can show up for the next one. Yeah, I trust you.
Showing
Aaron.
up each time, so he has like transportation.
I trust you, Aaron. Yeah.
Page 15.
Do you want to do the day after or do you want to do the same day since he's already?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, whatever you want. Antonio, hey, you have a plea?
I do.
Okay, yeah. Good morning, Mr. Richardson.
Good morning. How are you this morning, Judge?
What's going on with you?
I have a client who had a calendaring issue yesterday, her and I, and we failed to appear. I was going to ask the court if we could reinstate the bond and appear in the morning.
What's the cost number?
The cause number is, oh, got it right here. 25482340.
On white?
Yes.
Are you representing her now?
I am. I know I need to get my letter rep in, and I'll do that as soon as I get off the phone, but it was kind of a mix up and I wanted to get on here pretty quick.
Okay, and what is your, do you have a SPIN number?
66867680.
So 6686-7680.
Correct. One of the old ones where you put a 5
in this one.
Or
And I'll give you the cost number. You ready? Which one do you want to spin first?
Spin first.
Okay, it's 6686-7680. And the cost number is 254-8234.
And he's hired?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Waive the plans, the Wednesday.
Angela White, come up.
She's not present, Judge. I was asking if we could appear in the morning.
Oh, well, I'm not going to reinstate it until she's here, right? She needs bond conditions, right?
I think she's got bond conditions. I think she already had those.
A bond violation report, Judge.
Oh, yeah, she has a bond violation.
Oh, does she? That I'm
Yeah.
not aware of.
Yeah, I'm not reinstating it until she gets here. Sorry.
All right.
She's got bond what's the violation?
The violation is for a high brat.
She's continuing to consume alcohol, Mr. Richardson.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, well,
So
I'll,
the warrant will remain in effect until she gets here or she gets, picked up, but.
all right. Well, I'll make sure she gets there. We don't want to do it the picked up way. And then I'll approach again by Zoom then, Judge. I'll probably early in the morning. Thank
Do
you.
you still want me to attach you or no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Got you. We'll attach you then.
Thank you, Judge. We'll see you in the morning.
Take care, friend.
All right. Bye.
Ramona, I'm gonna chat you right now.
Okay, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, I responded.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because it didn't know.
Conteste con respeto al juez. Te va a hacer unas cuantas preguntas. Sí, señor o no, señor, se contesta, ¿ok? ¿Me entendió?
Good morning, Mr. Machado.
Buenos días, señor.
Benitez. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated.
Quedó acusado de manejar ebrio.
You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
$2,000 por los dos.
This is a first, correct?
Es la primera, sí, dice todo.
Any particular reason for 162?
Well, he's been in jail there, that's how many.
Days he should have been in.
Esos días que ha estado ya preso, dice.
You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 162 days in jail, credit for the 54 days that you have done.
Días en la cárcel, pero con crédito por ¿cuánto?
54.
54 días.
Es tiempo servido.
You need to understand
Tienes que entender, caballero.
this DWI will go on your record.
Esto, manejar ebrio, lo vas a tener en tu antecedente penal.
It will be on your record for the rest of your life.
Antecedente penal en la lista por el resto de tu vida.
If you ever get pulled over in a car
Este padre ahora
and you smell like
y
alcohol,
huelen alcohol,
an officer will see a prior DWI.
el oficial va a ver que tienes un
If they smell
antecedente.
alcohol on you, it's probably not going to go well for you.
Probablemente no te va
I
a
would
ir
never get in a car
nunca
if you ever
con un
consume
coche.
any
Si
alcohol.
es con-
Do you understand?
¿Entendió? El juez no.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement.
A muchos
You give up the right to a trial,
de acuerdo.
right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen,
Todos los acusadores, si no eres ciudadano de los
there
Estados
are
Unidos,
possible immigration consequences.
consecuencias del
You can be deported, excluded from the country,
país,
denied naturalization under federal law.
leyes federales.
You give up the right to appeal.
Rechazando el derecho a apelar este caso también.
You can never change this after today.
Y nunca eso no se va a olvidar después de hoy.
Do you still want to do this?
¿Todavía quieres ir adelante con tu declaración? Al juez, no a mí. Conteste.
Yo quiero así firmar.
How do you plead
Just wanna sign.
guilty or not guilty?
¿Cómo te declaras a este delito? ¿Culpable o no
Culpable.
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days.
La licencia por
I'm going to take
90 días.
license. Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Okay. Ya.
Pase con el aguacil.
Ms. Garcia,
Judge.
hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, who do you have?
I have a new case.
Judge, she has on page 38.
Ruby.
We just pled. Wait a second. Hey, Antonio. He just pled on this case. On Machado?
And I saw someone there, but I didn't know his name.
No. Are you representing a Machado Benitez?
That's right, Judge. Is he the one who just did a plea in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Who's that?
This is Miss Naomi Garcia. Did you get hired on the case?
Yes, he hired me and we did a motion to represent him, but I just got on it and I talked to him already too.
But nobody ever approached you.
So the motion was filed in January, but if no one approaches on it, we don't know. So no one told us to put it in the queue, so I guess it just sat there. And we had appointed him, Antonio, and the guys, it's now at 162 days, so he just wanted to, I guess, get it over with.
Oh, okay. Well, he pled. He claimed he was the passenger in the vehicle, but if he pled guilty, that was his choice.
I mean, if you want to undo it, I can. It's up to you. But that means you'd have to sign on.
Judge, that's okay. I think if he pled and I already spoke to him, he knew that we were coming to court. And if he'd made that choice, then it would, he probably doesn't want to sit there any longer.
I mean, theoretically, I have jurisdiction for the next 30 days. If, you know, something, just come back and let us know, you know?
Yes, I will do that. I'd rather not undo it until I talk to him. And then that way I'll know what, because I don't want him sitting there longer if he doesn't want to undo it.
Judge, although we did discuss, he did claim that he wasn't driving. I explained to him that there's two wheel witnesses that put him behind the wheel. And so.
Okay. I'll let you guys do it. Okay. So
That
just
would-
keep
that
me in the
would
loop
make
if anything needs to be changed, okay?
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Benitez.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay,
Antonio.
bye.
All right.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah, Antonio, what about you all there? He's back there. Yes, from yesterday. I, you know. That's when he came up. He was rearrested. It was an open warrant for a while. He borrowed for this.
Because he's not on my calendar, so he goes to that work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 484 days old. They have to approach. There's an ice hold and a felony or it gets more.
For felon?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's her name, Rada?
Angara.
Devon. Okay, so let me go back on.
Okay. Okay, I put it on for March 31st. Ricardo,
Yes.
can I talk to you? What are you doing with splits?
I'm trying to figure out your name for it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Okay, sure. We pass this to us, Carlos Rodriguez.
So with this one, so when we found out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna be working for you. I just had to go that way.
Yeah, no, no, thank you. No, I'm waiting on her. I was just going to federal. Yeah. He was in federal. They sent him over here. He was deported, he came back, and then they called him back in, and then the US Marshals picked him up. Charged him with federal illegal reentry. And now they brought him here under the Harris County warrant. He wants to.
Oh, I can't do it. There's a. Yeah, that's what people always talk to. There's an idea they offer. Do that today. And I did. Is it? How many emails back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Chief. Just come here, whatever you want to say. What's the question? Or case taken on.
95.
95 days?
95.
Probably the answer.
So I think talking about the probably.
Okay.
I'll be back. Just look at this is the only.
We will break so out. I don't want to figure that out.
Quick.
And you know, the team.
And where's my email? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I think I get more emails from you than I get.
Steve was saying, you're good over here, you're needed over here.
No, that's not.
It's when I started pushing on it all.
Because
This is what's saying.
Meritt. John Meritt.
She said,
What is it?
she said, she said, her, don't know. It's just saying, I'm saying,
Yeah. Hey, that's fine. I would follow this guy.
Absolutely.
Who knows on this one?
June day.
I can also get that. Chavez. Spencer Chavez. Cases you'll have not made it right.
What did you feel depending? Yes. Okay. I mean, I guess it could be. I guess you're at the weekend.
It's everywhere. I know her now. No. It's not.
They're all filled out now.
Talk to me in August. Right, what do you think? You're kind of cultured, right? Like, you're not, and now she's like.
Yeah. God, something
We no longer got as a good one.
Sorry. Well, she said it was like, she was thinking about trying.
Are they already done in court 13?
They're starting trial right now. Right. Okay, 2 weeks, thanks. All right, no problem, thank you. Okay, I think on a reset.
No, we're not at us. English shit, this is really.
Hey, pause man. That's our same all. Maybe on that.
Yeah.
Rest.
Yeah, it's like, this is one of us. I mean, and then we're going to come to
Sorry.
No, chief is going to just, he needs just 2 years.
Okay. I see what you have. The statements to be worked on. Did you, honestly? Okay. Counsel, March 10 or 17?
Thank you. Yeah.
March 10th, I'll be out of state.
March 17th?
17th.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me know.
Is it next week?
Oh, I do have your address phone number and he's got some of those.
This is my first.
It's a terrorist threat, I don't know.
Oh,
So there is a video, I guess, to say the laws. My all to state is. Yes. This is just. Yeah. But it's March, that's sorry. She said that she's gonna set up her. Well, we can say it's perfect. It's not really like, I don't know that they're short. Yesterday. Oh, yeah, that's. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's not on the. Do you realize now? I did file a motion to land on this case, or just, you know, because of the high VAC. Yes.
Yeah, but the videos, I look at the videos and, you know, it's only a word.
It was wrong, don't see more, you can say thank you.
You know you're wrong, right? You should say it's. And then I had a Haywood, Christine Haywood. That's what service that takes. Yeah, like receipts.
Yeah, that is. So that was crazy. And she realized that he was going south. You're going south of the Peter, right before this.
I did file. I did file, appreciate it, because
They started, he said, it's like most people down because class.
Do I
need to file your appointment?
No, I'll do it for
Two. Just think it's the story, but I'll look at that.
Okay.
Like, and then. And then I think, it's just local.
Yeah, so how it's working now is so any things that whether the building funds in charge or the nominee, including the lowest point on part, it goes to be for approval of the PCI. These are fine, but they can't count it for the mitigation strategy. So it's either part of it. But then, yeah, I mean, of course, we go to the point. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
You're welcome. Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
This
is your case from your Steve Haywood. Oh. It's a.
Okay.
I do have a receipt.
Okay, for this one, just want to have that to approach. I just talked to
It's the wrong charge.
Did Judge go to a different court?
Okay, okay, well, I don't think it was after. No, no, I.
Stanley, you may be something of this.
No, I don't think they fixed it.
So.
Yes, did we talk about this yesterday? Yes, I saw that.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hey, Judge.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, no worries.
Working on something back.
That's what Jack said. Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Rice? Wow. I mean, really? Great to see you, man. Hi. Okay, what's going on?
Working on a fugitive case, Mr. Cordell Jackson. They're bringing him out.
Okay,
We would,
you want a bond?
yeah.
Okay,
Can we wait till he comes out though?
absolutely. Don't feel bad for asking for a bond.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Okay.
Judge, I will add on this. This is probably another one I asked to go off the live stream for a little bit.
Okay, not a problem. So this is Cordell Jackson, you said?
Yes, Judge. Cordell Jackson.
And she's ready to get out for the, just to be there. And she wants instructions. She should, yes. She's just checking to see if the act is gonna go forward, or if she needs to do anything on her end. She reached out to her company. But I do just.
He just told.
Yeah, that's fine.
But don't forget. But they're getting breached promise. Well, the laws show us that here. You know, it kind of, this is.
Yeah.
This needs to go. Should I wait?
Yes.
Oh, you know what, Judge? Since I have you, there's another case I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just looked at my list. Mr. Eric Tome,
Custody or on bond?
he's, on bond in ICE custody.
He's in ICE custody?
Yes, he's battling it out over there in ICE custody.
Are you 100% sure?
Yes, so here's the update. I've been giving you updates on this gentleman every 2 weeks. So last time he had an attorney, he was denied an immigration bond, but he was given, they started talking about asylum. So he's getting an asylum application that's pending or about to be submitted. He's gonna have court on March 19th.
Okay.
So we should have word from immigration on March 19th.
Okay, but you've been able to verify he's actually still in ICE custody?
Yeah, okay, look him up again.
I mean,
right
I'm
now.
okay with the reset then.
Yeah, okay, so after that date. Okay, perfect, thank you. Yeah, he's in ICE custody, he's got a hearing date and everything. All right. Hey, this is Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
Jackson, your lawyer's asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. The only thing I know is that you're wanted out of another jurisdiction. I don't even know for what. I don't know if I'm going to set you a bond, but two things are very clear that I need to know. Number one, if we set you a bond, are you going to go back? And number two, if we set you a bond, are you going to be a danger to our city? Because that's my primary concern. I want to keep my streets as safe as I can.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I know that you're going to tell me it's lollipops and gumdrops and rainbows and this and that, but you know, I have to get you in a very short, I have to get to know you in a very short amount of time. And the way I get to know you is how you look on paper, because that tells me really who you are. With that, let us know about Mr. Jackson.
He's wanted out of Greenfield County, Colorado for failure to appear for burglary. The bond over there is $50,000. This was a case out of this was issued out of 2023, October.
So has he been on bond?
No.
Did he know that it was out there? Is it a to be?
The failure to appear.
Oh, failure to appear. So he knows that this has been open for the last 2 years.
Yes, Judge. State's opposed to a bond as well. Of course, as the court knows, he has an evading with a motor vehicle out of the 209.
No, what?
Yes.
He has an open evading as well in a motor vehicle.
Yes, he's got a case pending here in Harris County as well. Invading, that's right.
What are the criminal history, if any?
His other recent one was from 2022. He had a theft, which was a state jail. He was given, I believe, a deferred and it was revoked in 2023.
Wait a second. So you're telling me that that case has been open, it's been in a warrant status since 2023, and he was able to get on a felony probation in 24 here? While that case is open over there?
Looks like it.
The case that I caught.
Yeah, so that one was filed in 2022 and then they revoked it in 2023. October.
The reason why I got the warrant is because they took me because
something doesn't add up.
But I made it to all my courts. I never missed a court date before this.
Okay, in Colorado is what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Judge, so there was some back and forth on when he got taken into custody for the last case. He's saying that he didn't miss a court date because he was in custody at that point. And so there's a lot of back and forth. The situation I'm talking to him about is, hey, judge is going to say you've had this case pending since this time. He has a plan in place to go to Colorado. What's different is that he now has a daughter that is 2 years old. So he's trying to do right by her, and so that puts more responsibility on him. He does have the evading case, but he would like to see if he could get a bond here because the trouble he's getting is people aren't allowing him to post the other bond because of this fugitive case. And so it's kind of which one comes first, and we're hoping you could give him.
The thing is that case has been open. Are you telling me it's been in warrant status for 2 years, Amy?
Yeah, the Colorado case is from 2023.
He's known about this thing. It's been open for 2 years. Yet he's never done anything to go back to try to rectify the situation. Now, because he's arrested, now he's all ready to go.
Well, the difference is now he's got his daughter and, and so he's growing up fast.
Jackson, I can't trust you to do the right thing. You've had 2 years.
Yeah, no, at first I ain't have no money to go out there.
That's a good point I mentioned before. Yeah. He is also mentioning to me his finances, what his finances were back then. He was 19 at that age. His finances are a little better now. He's got the support of his wife, I believe, or his girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
I don't.
And also, Harris County been putting me in and out of jail since I've been incarcerated in Harris County since then. So I really ain't have no chance to go out there. I only been inside the world for like a month and a half, almost 2 months.
Okay. Judge, we're not asking for a PR bond. We're just asking for a bond enough to ensure for him to go out there and turn himself in. He still needs to make the bond. And so this would at least put something in place where he can make this bond and make the other bond. And if that doesn't happen, if he can't do that other bond, I'll reapproach and we'll pull.
Here's the thing, Mr. Jackson, I appreciate the argument that you guys are making. I truly do. But the fact remains is that case has been open for 2 years. And to say that money has become an issue, I just don't, I don't believe it. And the thing is that you've had a long time to be able to do the right thing, to go take care of that. And yet, in between that time, you're still picking up criminal cases here, and it's still, nothing's happening. I feel if I were to give you a bond, I don't think that you would go back. I just don't want you to pick up another case. I don't want more harm to come. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna do it.
Would you reconsider if he does make the other bond first?
No, but the point is that you've had 2 years to get and do the right thing. And no matter how much time that you've come.
If it's about the bond, go ahead. If it's about the bond, don't talk about this case in specific, but go ahead.
They had,
Talk to the judge.
Okay, Judge, during them 2 years, I ain't gonna lie, I've been incarcerated 2 times. The first time, I would have never missed court, but they took me in a day before my court date. That's the whole reason of me having a warrant. And when they took me in, that's what slowed me down on a lot. I had my daughter, my mother got cancer right now. I ain't gonna lie, like, I don't know, like,
It's always the right time to do what is right. You
Yes,
know who
sir.
said that?
Yes, sir.
Right. You've had 2 years to get it done right. You've
I
not been incarcerated
had-
fully for 2 years. Now, all of a sudden,
Out of them
because you're in
2 years, sir,
custody,
I only had 6 months out of 2 years, sir.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yes, sir.
You gotta understand that at some point,
Yes,
you cannot just continue to, no. It's time now to face it. I can't just continue to let you out and trust that you're going to do the right thing. You've had that opportunity over and over and over. And yet, after 2 years, you still haven't had the wherewithal to get it done. Why is that going to change now? I don't think it will. You know what I mean? Actions speak louder than words. And I hope that you remember this in the future so that if you do have something else elsewhere, take care of it, because that warrant will always be there forever and a day until you take care of it. You know what I mean? Okay.
All right, thanks, Judge. Appreciate it.
I'm here on Anthony Arthur Lee. Court coordinator wanted me to approach because
They filed a motion to sub. I just wanted you to know about it. So I'm sorry, motion to amend. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a heads up that they had filed it so you could see it.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm just putting it right here. Whenever. Okay.
Yeah, it was due to the blood coming back.
Right. So I'll sign it, and then whatever you guys want to do. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just normal reset. Whatever you guys need, it's an early case. So.
Thanks.
Sure. Mr. Elick. Hey.
I have Kareem Khalifa, and he's on the docket, but he wasn't brought up. And it looks like the state is going to go to trial, and so we're going to get a trial date.
Okay, just whatever day you want.
I also am going to get an interpreter, and I have to make a few calls, so I may file that and approach tomorrow on that.
I'm okay with that, whatever you need.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you need money for this or just whatever
I
you
think
need,
I will because
Yeah.
text in there.
whatever you need, don't worry about it.
Thank you. And I
Mr.
think
Ely,
there was
can
one-
you come to the back?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
And I think there was a Samantha Walker who, an
Correct.
attorney, was it an attorney at Lytton possibly that
I don't
called?
know. But the thing is this, is that we were supposed to get conditions signed by her and they never got. They
So
never-
what happened?
It says on hers, it says state will supervise conditions
Okay.
and state conditions were never signed. So that's what, we need her to sign the conditions. That's what we need.
Judge,
Samantha Walker.
No. Hey, Victoria, do you have the case number for, let me see.
it is 2537179.
So I recall the day I was appointed that the chief, I showed the chief the surveillance video which the state has, and then we approached with the chief, and this was in November. And I recall you saying no conditions. And then the magistrate conditions were in place. And then last week she came to court.
It's an assault family member though. We always do.
Well, it's her daughter. And her daughter actually has a juvenile case. And I showed.
Okay, so I'm glad that you're here so we can talk about this. What say you, Alex?
I think it was.
The issue is I'm not seeing any state's conditions filed on Ms. Walker's case, no granted conditions. I only see the.
Felix is saying that I had decided not to put conditions.
And you said, I wish there was more mothers like you specifically. And I believe.
Sheila, I believe you. You're an officer of the court. I trust you. So.
I see no notes of any conditions either, so I'm inclined to believe Mr. Ely.
Okay. All right. So there's, okay.
And I can also tell you last week, I believe, maybe it was a week ago, Friday.
So.
She called us after Docket as well and was talking about this.
And I believe.
So Miss White called?
The mother, yeah.
Mother, which, yeah, she should have gone through me, but I believe they were going to release her daughter out of juvenile custody into her custody. And then there was the magistrate's no contact order, which had been put in place by the magistrate. And so they didn't do that. So now the CW still remains in custody until this gets cleared up.
So you need us to take it off?
Pardon?
You need us to take it off?
I think she has no conditions as of now.
She doesn't have any conditions.
And so I believe that would allow the court to place daughter back with her, which I think is in the best interest of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I think,
Okay.
I think we're on the same, right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Booker.
Good morning. Judge, I have two clients I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
The first one is the more sophisticated one, Tarlin Stevens.
Is it on docket today?
It is, Judge, and she's in the court. Just talked to Chief about this. It's a DWI. It's her first interaction with the court system. Okay, so the state made an offer of probation that included the use of an interlock. So she and I have been talking about this, and that's a condition that she preferred not to have. And so the question was whether you would approve a probation without an interlock in this case. And if not, then we're going to continue down the road of PTI potentially. Or there is a fact issue that we made.
PTI is going to require it regardless though, too.
Correct. But in the event that she has it, we prefer to have the dismissal than the conviction.
Right.
So that was the thought process. So
But it should, I mean,
but if you were okay with allowing the plea without the interlock, then she would move forward with the probation.
no, because I think, I don't know if it's, I'd have to look to see if it's even mandatory as well.
I don't think it was, but that's why we were having the talk.
Yeah,
today.
I'd have to look to see whether it's discretionary or not, because I'm not sure.
In the event that it is, you would be
I
opposed.
would want just at least for a little bit, you know, but why wouldn't she apply for PTI?
Well, we're in the process of doing that, but when this offer came up, both had the interlock on there, and I was like, well, let's see, PTI is a little more expensive, obviously, because you have to pay the $600 essentially.
You can have some stuff waived.
Yeah, but that's in theory. I mean, you really have to do a lot to get the DA fee
I
waived.
have a packet for you if you want to try to have.
It looks like we're gonna go down that road anyway, if you're opposed to removing it as a condition on the regular probation.
At least I'd like a little bit at a time, you know, just so I know that there are no issues. And then after a while, if you're good, then we can, you know. But the normal course is that we have it on, and it's on every single one, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So that's that. The last one is simple, Judge. Natalie Garza, old case, but you were giving us time to take care of some business. So Ms. Garza paid her restitution this morning on the 12th floor. And the other matter was completing a course, which she has completed. But now for some reason, the classes are requiring an affidavit stating that you are who you are. Just like the third time in a row I've heard this in the last few weeks, where these classes are like, send us an affidavit saying that you are who you are with your ID. So she did send that in yesterday. And then they will provide her with a certificate of completion, and then she'll be finished.
Yes, let's roll it till later in the week.
That's what I was thinking, Judge, if we could.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Good morning,
Yeah.
We're approaching with Mr. John Meritt. We have a plea that should be before the bench.
Oh, on both.
Yes, sir.
Did you just get appointed today?
I did.
Did you want time to look to see about any discovery or anything?
Well, I've spoken with Mr. Mayor, and I've gone through the offense report, at least what's here in the Dems. One of the theft cases is for $103. The other one is like $289. And he is under the impression that, you know, that taking a plea on this case would be more beneficial for him because he can't afford to pay two $5,000 bonds.
Mr. Mary, all I want are my streets to be safe. That's all I want. We gave you a PR bond on your first case. You took off. You didn't come back. We gave you another PR bond. And this time, on the new PR bond, you picked up another case.
That's true.
The point I'm trying to make is I don't want people to plead guilty just to get out. That's not what I want. What I want is no more issues. That's what I want. So I don't want him to plead guilty just to get out. And I feel that that's happening here. So if I give you a third chance, how do I know you're not going to pick up yet another case? Mr. Mary, we have resources here. All you have to do is ask. If you want food, if you want clothes, if you want something to, eat, if you need a place to sleep, if you want a job, we have resources for you. All you have to do is ask. But this is a problem because this, with this right here, pick up another one, you're now looking at a felony charge.
On that first case, it looks as if those were work tools that he was appropriating. On the second,
Let's not talk. Look, I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out. That's not the way that, but I'm going to tell you now that I don't like to play games. If I give you another PR bond, and look me now, because if I find that you pick up another case or you don't show up to court, we will have issues. And I'm telling you, I will not do it. This just to plead guilty to get out. It's not going to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will give you another chance. I don't want you to go to any more Home Depots. I don't want you to go to any more, it was what, Walmart, right?
Check your honor.
No Walmart. Do you understand? Any of them? No Home Depots. And I will have you speak to counsel now so that whatever you need, we can try to get for you. You understand? But this is not a good way to just, it's setting you up to fail. And that's not what we do. You understand, Mr. Meritt? Okay. I'm gonna grant you a PR bond on both cases. But we need to find out where we're gonna go next, because I don't want any more issues. You must appear in court every single time, and I want you to stay in contact with counsel. He's gonna give you his cell or a number to him. There's no excuse why you can't get in touch with him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Really, I'm not asking much. Just don't pick up any new cases and stay in contact with counsel. That's all I'm asking you to do. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is not the right way. All right. So if you don't mind speaking to him real quick to see what we can work out for any kind of resources he may need.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll just name it just for you, okay?
That's what additional.
Mr. Rice, everything okay?
Yes, sir.
You want to talk?
No, it wasn't personal. I'm good. I'm happy to talk.
Judge, we're just keeping the bosses this correct?
Yeah.
So let's ask about that.
Okay.
Yes. That's statutory. Statutory will think you'll result and he's done.
Ronell Stanley? Come on up. You already speak with your attorney? Sure. Okay. So I'm gonna have you sign your bond positions. You're just gonna sign on the pen card right there, and you're gonna print a copy for you to take home. Okay? If you have any questions about your bond position, you can just ask your attorney, but these will be your conditions when you're involved. So you know with the attorney or with your attorney when you get there.
Alicia, was that free trial bond something?
Here's your
Yeah, they're
receipt.
states.
You'll be free to go, once I get your copy of your
For
bond
Mary.
conditions, but this is your next court date. You don't need to appear here. If you have any questions, contact them, let them know. If they contact you and tell you you come in, that's when you come in, okay? They'll let you know for your next preset when you need to come in. Just give me 1 second. Here you go. Here we go. Do we do March 23rd?
Judge, giving you time to just look over everything. Required.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
Your fee offer. Value.
Oh, yes.
There's offer on it. What is it cheap? What's the value?
So we decided to reduce it to on probation. You have to. I'll do it.
Showed up?
Like, as you do the reset.
So turn the question about John.
Yeah, I talked to Gunnar about Sriracha. I heard those other guys say something about it. Yeah.
So if you need to be involved,
Okay.
I can talk to her.
All right, we'll call them up this time.
Wait, Mr. Mayor?
Just tell
That's more.
Right, go ahead and sign your recess. Yeah.
Central basis, like, look at something like your trial, but you're supposed to.
All right, go ahead and have a seat. If you're waiting on your bond condition. Counsel, I'm gonna give the recess and work so they can call them up this time.
So you get a little.
Hey, Blaze, are we expecting a nollie on Gordon? The one judge found no guilty on? Or need more time?
I just want to be able to tell the plan, if you give me, if you give us like a couple weeks, just to get. I just want
I'll
to-
just put them on 3:31.
Yeah, just-
It's off,
Thank you.
Okay. Jordan, I can come back. You want to come up here? So this, yeah, not going to file a dismissal. So I am putting the case on for March 31st to give them time to do what they need to do. And it sounds like we may get a dismissal before then. So should there be nothing you don't have to fill up. You can if you want to. Or you could call and ask if they don't file a dismissal. That's it, you're free to go. No.
Yeah, just gonna sell your. Just gonna sell. Yeah, just try this. Just get close. Just get one more step. That's fine.
Right? Let's change the one that's one is. No, or it's aware that I have to talk to the. Is discovery complete? All right.
No, yes. Teach persistence. More persistence. Yes. Yes.
Abigail, Mr. Guevara, would you refile the still has probate? Oh my goodness, did I do it again? Do you want me to actually? Can you take it back? Yeah, I'm just gonna delete it.
As soon as I saw the president,
I swear, there are too many questions.
it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Funny part is I've never done that before, and I did it twice.
I know. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'd love to process.
If you could just take back the first page.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's just down here, down how here.
Look, I just filed the motion for dismissal. Is that
As soon as we get it, we'll should do is queue. It's still coming through.
Yeah, I see.
You got this one, you got this one.
What is that?
You got this? Can you go tell them how this mission?
Neil Plea.
See the other information we got?
The guy who.
All right, I know this. I know who that is. Still class A, where. How they do So first I do since still possible.
Yeah, I'll say. She said that. Yeah, he's good. You're not involved. Yes.
This doesn't match the punishment range.
Me all night, so sometimes we do it.
No. He came by, we can talk about it, and he said.
Oh, you had it last week, they might have changed it. I'm not sure. Was it gonna stay as a 12-month defer?
There's a 12-month defer, but 16 hours of community service.
Oh, I think 40 on this one, so it's not 40, so he's 16.
Rich, you're sending the.
Yes.
I'm doing right, she's doing that right now. And then you have to sign it looks like here, so you don't have to hammer from up to.
Yeah, have him sign it and then I'll swear to.
Okay, no.
Let me just confirm. Yeah, change. Blaze, do you want us to kick back the old one for Sriracha?
Oh, sure, no, okay, let me check. I didn't see that. Yeah, we can back.
All of it or just the first page?
Just just kick the whole.
There you go. Okay, so judge took out the back there.
Hey, how's the last Oh, you guys still working on it?
He did one, and then he did the last. Let me go back there and see, I think he's got. And then. Wait, what did
I'll get it later.
Oh, I will. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's the word?
Doug, we have a suppression hearing tomorrow.
Do we?
Yes, and I
Cool.
just wanted to confirm with you that we're for sure going to have the hearing.
Counsel
Are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Who's defense?
Defense is Jose Ceja.
And it's a dispositive, right?
It's a dispositive. hearing,
Okay.
Judge.
And you guys are ready. You're good to go in the dispositive. Okay, let's do it. Hell yeah. Ramona, you're here tomorrow?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Okay, we have a suppression, a dispositive suppression, whatever.
Got it. Okay, I'll be here.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
Are you ready? Come on.
On Travis Reed, we got the motion to dismiss on file for him for the
Great,
PTI.
okay.
Yes. So
All
I
right.
was just making sure that
I'll
gets.
sign it. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Take care.
Because this is a class
Can I just cross it out and say?
because the board shows like 2,180. So
Okay.
the punishment rate.
All right, I'll refile it.
Okay.
And was everything, I
Hey,
think everything was, I don't think.
Alicia.
I think it was
Yes,
just-
yes, okay.
No, on that dude, Mary,
Yes.
should probably do no drugs, no alcohol as well, random testing, you know?
We're gonna keep it at the class.
Okay.
We just want to reduce it to. Yeah.
And did you want to leave
Vic,
as a high case?
Mr. Mary, did you make his next appearance required?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it at the next one.
Yes, Judge.
That's why.
Okay, that's why I can't find it.
I'm sorry, you don't have probation. Okay, that's fine. This is making you just right. Okay, that's
I mean, yeah, we'll leave it as the high BAC. Okay, there's a point one, so. Okay, so it'll be good. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Delete it all or just the first page?
You can just delete it all.
Vic,
I need to approach on the motion itself, so Judge can sign
ST, really? That's why I couldn't find you this week, and I'm like, putting in it, I couldn't.
It's because you had me as your sister, remember?
Right.
Yes, they have to. Yes.
No, they're gonna salary, just check with CLO for you. He's fine. Okay. So, wait, just on or something?
They're taking Carlos off the case, Kingsley, The Congress. Motion that was filed on February 13th. Counsel that wants to sign on and there was previously a call.
Okay.
It is the first person on the docket. All of them.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Yes.
Well, it's, yeah,
It's, you know, but you know, like, okay, no, because I don't think anyone did as good as you. I struggled.
Yes.
Such an efficient man. You brought it down. No, you give it there, right? Just like you, like.
And it's just finished on the right ones. So I don't know, she'll be, I have to get it.
So they're refiling. They're refiling both. Because I need to bring and
So I told him, like, I remember I stopped by. I said, I'm not sure, I said.
Hey, how are you, Joe?
I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming. So consider that, please.
Absolutely.
Is he with you?
Yes, he is. This is Mr. Solato. Yes, she does. That.
No. Behind the bar. He's a defendant?
He's still got a sign. He's still got a sign. I brought him up the sign.
Oh,
So,
that way.
yeah, this way. I brought him the sign. Sorry.
Caramba la bamba.
Me first?
Hi. You ready? Please.
I'm approaching on Neil White, and he is set for arraignment this morning.
Up to the bar, Mr. White. Okay. Is he on docket today or no?
This case is on docket, yes, Judge.
I see.
And he's got another case, another open case.
Whoa. Whoa.
And that's an assault family member. This one is a terroristic threat. His current case.
He's on bond for an assault and he just picked up a terroristic threat.
Yes, Judge.
You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine on your new terroristic threat of a family or a household member. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 18th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, the officer was dispatched to a family disturbance. The officer met with the complainant who stated that the defendant had been threatening her. The complainant stated that she and the defendant had been arguing all day and that the defendant stated he would stab her and throw her down the stairs. The defendant stated he would shoot her, and then the defendant showed the complainant a large hunting knife, and that's when the complainant advised that she feared for her life.
Who is the complaining witness in this case? Same as in his open assault?
No, Your Honor, they're a different complainant.
Mr. White, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case on the new terroristic threat. I asked you one thing, sir. I asked you not to become a danger to my community and not to pick up a new case. You now have. I will now revoke your bond in the assault case. It goes with you. $5,001 for the assault, please. I am now issuing another protective order on this person. You know, is there a protective order that's open in the first assault? No? Because if so, we could be looking at a violation of protective. I'm issuing a protective order that identifies Farah as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Mr. White, let me be clear with you now. I will do everything in my power to protect my community at all costs. You pick up a third case, I'm going to go absolutely bonkers. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to smoke, use any kind of illegal substances, consume alcohol. I'm going to test you, and I'm going to put a GPS monitor on your ankle prior to release, please. So I know where you are at all times, and I don't want you anywhere near any of these complaining witnesses at any time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Because if you, we need to sign them all.
Give me Sunday on Magistrate 218, right at the bottom. Like the last one.
Okay, all right.
And the still judge, the previous case, you want that one on the road to 501?
Yeah. The assault case,
How much, Judge?
5,001.
5,000, Judge?
5,001.
5,001.
Yeah.
Conditions.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. D.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure.
Judge, yesterday, young Mr. Yale Serato could not get to court. His mom's car broke down. I approached, erased his bond of $5,000 and notified the family and told them. And he insisted that he was coming down today. So he is here today, Judge. We have a 1-year defer worked out with the.
Come up, Mr. Serato. Man, he couldn't even get to court. How's this dude gonna work a probation?
His mom is behind him. He's got it's 16 hours of community service, which he knows he can get to do. He has 2 online classes and he has to write some letters of apology. He knows that this is his chance to keep this off his record. I've talked to his mom. They are behind him. They're going to help him do this, Judge.
Do you have
Give him a chance, sir. He can do it. Right, Gail?
Yes.
We have at least 3 times you couldn't make it to court. Just to even come to court. How on earth are you going to be able to make a probation? You couldn't even come to court.
Well, for some of them, it wasn't entirely my fault. For one of them, I came to court, but mostly when I'm anxious, I get sick, and I had like a huge headache, and I ended up getting food diarrhea because of it, so I couldn't come. So I had food poisoning for maybe 3 weeks. I couldn't control that, so I'm sorry about that. For yesterday, my mom paid the insurance, and it's expensive, so we didn't have any money until today because my dad got paid today. So we couldn't even get family members either because they live far away. So if they came here, I would have probably came here around like 10 or
So
11.
you have all these issues now. You realize you get on this probation. There's no excuse why you can't go to probation. There's no excuse why you can't do your community service. There's no excuse why you can't do your classes. If you don't, you're looking at an entire year in jail. This is not a joke. So you either do it the right way or you end up in jail for up to a year. But, in life, you have to act a certain way. Certain way we do things, right? You're expected to behave in a certain way. And when you don't, there are serious consequences. I had given you multiple chances to try to get here. I worked with John to try to get you here. And this last time was the 3rd time that either the car broke down that was the last 3 excuses where the car broke down. That's why, to me, that's unbelievable. And I'm not going to accept that my car broke down for a failure for you to complete your community service on time. Do you understand, Mr. Serrato?
Yes, sir.
This is a very big deal right now because I want you to understand something. When you end up with an assault on your record, it closes very many doors. Because when you try to get a job, and if someone sees that you have an assault on your record, what do you think they're going to do? What's that?
Decline.
Right. Because they know that if you get into a potentially stressful situation, something might happen. They don't want that kind of liability. John has worked out an agreement where it's a probation, where if you do a couple things, you don't end up with a conviction on your record. But this is not a joke to where, I can't make it to community service because my car broke down. I'm not going to entertain that excuse. Do you understand that?
Yes, Judge.
Can we hold the probation here? Or is it too difficult to do that? It's too hard. It's okay. Did you graduate from high school?
Not yet, sir.
He's at Eisenhower right now, Judge. He's still going to school. We have to get
Are
him
you
a pass.
actively enrolled in school
Yes, sir.
now?
Yes.
Okay. I want proof that you're actively enrolled, and I want, what are we now? What, February? So there's still school. I want a week to bring proof that you're enrolled in full-time in school. That is a part of your condition as well, that you graduate from high school.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're smoking weed, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in. You're looking at up to a year in jail, but I'm not going to let you go. At a minimum, until you graduate from high school. You will be with me until you graduate from high school. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Are you a junior or a senior?
A junior.
Wonderful. You will be with me for the next until you graduate, because that is now a condition as well. An effective decision-making class, a 2-hour anger management class, no drugs, no alcohol, 16 hours of community service. As long as you're enrolled in high school, then I will waive the community service. There's no need for you as long as you're in school and studying and doing well. Failing does not equate to being enrolled in school. Failing does not count. At least a C average. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
An apology letter to the complaining witness in this case. If you violate this probation, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. We will have a hearing to determine whether you violated the probation. I can either extend you or keep you in custody. I want you to know that this is not a joke. Do you understand?
Sure.
There is also an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that you ever pick up another one of these cases again, you will be looking at a 3rd-degree felony, 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. You know what the consequence is if you violate this probation. Everything must be done on time. You have a certain amount of time to get things done. If you don't, you are in violation of this probation. If you pick up a new case, you're in violation of this probation. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so let's have him drug tested in 2 weeks, please. And then I guess let's do both. So in 2 weeks, do confirmation of enrollment and a drug test. How do you plead to the offense, Mr. Serrato? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm not going to find you guilty. It would probably be best for you to make this thing work out because you could really lose big if you don't. It's not about the money. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. I'm going to waive every fee that I can on you. It's never about the money. I don't give a rat's behind about it. I just want you to do what you say you're going to do, and I don't want you to smoke marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. We're gonna talk to this lovely lady.
Thanks again, Judge.
Nice process. Yes, John.
I signed all your motions and stuff.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay.
How are you, Judge?
Hey.
I also have a motion to sub.
Okay, I'll sign it.
But I did want to approach you on that specific case, Judge.
On who?
The motion to sub that I filed.
Okay.
To Marcano Garcia, here's the case number. 2419896.
Thank you. Marcano Garcia?
Yes, Judge. So he's in warrant status right now. You forfeited his bond a while back. So what he explained, I talked to his family. What they explained to me is that he was offered like a retail theft program.
He took off 4 different times and I literally bent over backwards not to issue the warrant. Is he not here?
He's not present today. So I want to talk to you first before I bring him in here, to see if Your Honor would allow us to do a walkthrough.
4 different times.
So I don't know the history of what happened, Judge, but all I know, let me explain, Judge. So I've got phone records, text message, screenshots of him trying to get a hold of the prior attorney. I don't want to name names.
Don't, right.
But I've got, like, I can show you the text message string where he's asking When's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? When's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? When's my next court date? And there's no response. Then later on, it's like, okay, what happened? Oh, you got a warrant now. You got to come to court. It's like, wait a minute. Why do I have a warrant? What did I do wrong, or what's supposed to happen here?
I know that people say things.
Not
All
saying
I know,
things,
no. You're an officer of the court. I trust you. All I know is that we've got 4 different times he's not appeared. We've had defense over here saying, hey, man, I can't get a hold of him.
Okay, so I
don't know.
understand the other defense officer of the court, but that is not in line with all the text message strings that I've got showing, when's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? When's my next court date? What am I supposed to do? I did speak to the state yesterday about this case. They are willing to leave that retail theft offer open. My concern, Your Honor, is that obviously if he goes into custody, immigration is going to pick him up.
Sure.
And the only reason that I've got a hold of, or that he contacted me, is because I represented his wife on a separate incident, which is what confused me a little bit too, because I represented her after the fact, after his case was already in bond forfeiture status, but he was unaware that it was in bond forfeiture status because he kept trying to get a hold of the prior attorney to figure out what we could
Blaze,
do.
what say you on this case? Did you hear anything?
I'm trying to, sorry, what was the case? Sorry.
Let him know so I can see what he, I'd like his opinion, what he thinks.
The
problem is that the case is 3 years old,
Right, I think it was filed in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And
I've got
like
literally
prior retail theft was offered already, Judge, and
I mean, that's speaking to.
No, not
whatever you need, just tell her.
Not that he can do it. He's willing to do it. He was
please.
Apparently prior attorney did not communicate with him next court dates. Again, I could show you the text message strings, Judge.
Show Blaze.
So these are from January 3rd, 2023. January 16, January 17, January 17, January 19, January 30th. So for a whole month, no response. Then whatever date this would be, it just says OI, but I'm not sure what OI means.
I'm live streaming, so don't. That's fine. What do you think, Blaze?
Then again, January 30th, February 26th, February 27th, finally on February 27th, a response. That's 2 months, Judge. That's 60 days.
Yeah, I can see it. The only thing I would say is there a reset? I mean, did he have a case reset more?
That I don't know, because it looks like some of this stuff might have been
I
off
have
docket.
here so it gets reset 1/24/23 to 2/28, and for that 2/28 setting, I tell the counsel that defendant's got to be here on 2/28. I'm assuming it gets reset 2/28. Let me see.
I'm trying to link up the text messages to.
I mean, January 3rd, I'm assuming he was not supposed to be here on that January 20 whatever date that you said, Judge. Then it was reset to January 20.
No, so for the January,
which would have been
the January, his appearance was waived. But then for the February setting, his appearance was required.
And Your Honor, I'm showing the text messages where he's trying to figure out, what do I do? What's the next step? It's not until February 27th, the day after the court date, when he was supposed to be here, that he's notified. And he says, no tienes que ir a la corte hoy. You don't have to be there. February 27th.
Wait, say that. Is he asking or is he saying?
February 26th, what do I do? What do I do? The whole month, 2 months before that, what do I do? What's the next step? What do I do? What's the next step? February 27th, no response. This is the text message that he sent back.
Spanish, so I don't know.
It says ninguna respuesta. I'm assuming that this attorney is
no response.
I'm assuming that this attorney is talking about the response from the DA's office. That he was trying to figure something out. No response from the DA's office. ¿Estás en corte? Question mark. No tienes que ir hoy a corte.
So do I have to come to court today?
And he told him affirmatively, no tienes que ir a corte.
He said that?
Yeah.
What day is that?
This is February 27th, 2023 at 8:21 in the morning.
That's not right. Right. Okay.
So, and he wants to take care of the situation, Judge. If we can either reinstate his
You're
bond.
okay with continuing the retail?
We're fine with that.
What is, what,
I would
what needs
say
to get done?
It's basically just,
Like the class and dismiss, I'm assuming.
Never assume.
it was retail theft, which is, yes, class and dismiss.
Good
But
assumption.
get it, I just say get it done.
So let's put a time limit on it though. So I'll reinstate it.
Thank you, Judge.
Now, you're in good contact with him, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm
Okay.
in contact with his wife.
I'll just reinstate it. There's no need for him to come.
Thank you, Judge.
And then just let him know about the class.
Yeah.
Give him 2 weeks.
Just like an 8-hour class or whatever.
Shoplifting thing.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
241-9896.
So it's a class and dismiss.
Through the HCDAO website, right?
Yeah, so
How much time I give?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
If it's not done, he's got to be here. I'm setting him for trial.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
This is a reinstatement.
That's more than enough.
Yes.
So on the, did you get it? You got it? You got it? Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
You don't need to do it, right?
No, we're just doing.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, take care.
What's the number?
You don't need anything from me.
Hey, you ready? Hey,
Off
you have a
docket.
trip or something?
I'm sorry?
You have a trip?
I don't, but I have a client
Well, that's what I mean.
currently in Dallas. He got the positive the test today, but he's up in Dallas and doesn't come back till Friday.
You want him to test on Friday or he can go to
I don't-
Quest now?
I don't know that he returns in time on Friday. This was one that if you said that if he tested negative, we're gonna remove the testing. So I was gonna see if we could just move it to Monday, let him test.
Yeah. Okay.
Reapproach about that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go for it.
thank you.
Whoa,
How are you?
whoa. I mean, it's only been like 3 years,
I know, sorry, I'm
you
stuck
know?
upstairs most of the time. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
So I have a client who I represented upstairs.
What's your cause number?
The cause number in your court, Judge, is 2506241.
Wow.
It's actually already resolved here. He was taken into custody upstairs on 220 for a capias here.
Yeah.
Um,
So here's what happened. We had so many issues with this guy, not appearing, testing positive. He probably had 3 to 4 BVRs, right? And I told him, look, it's a second, you know, I think he even bond forfeited and he came in, he just wanted to, I guess, flee. And he had the supervisory fee, said, okay, I'm going to pay it. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you 2 years. He just didn't do anything. And then he picked up a DWI third, and then he gets up on probation on that thing. I think he's now serving out that time.
Yeah, okay. So I was unaware of all that. He obviously indicated to me that he didn't know anything about a 6,000 because I just looked at the initial plea paperwork and there wasn't a fine because I had never seen that. But at the very bottom, I did notice at the very, very bottom of the judgment, which he wouldn't have gotten
They sign paperwork
this.
to that fact. They, hold on.
Didn't have it
Let me
on.
make sure I'm right before I tell you something that's wrong.
The plea paperwork did not have it on there. I pulled up the plea paperwork.
No, because it's usually not on there. It becomes part of the,
It was a probation.
I don't even know, how does it, yeah.
If it's probation, it's probation.
It wasn't
will be
probation.
Conditions of his time.
No,
He took a straight plea.
yeah. I think what the thing is they're supposed to do is that when they get out, at that point, they're supposed to go enter collections to do a payment plan, and he never did.
Again, I don't know what can be done at this point. I just told him I would come down here just to check because he said he never knew where to go. He was never told about a payment plan.
I told him.
I believe.
Yeah, I'm telling you because we had a lot of issues with
I know,
this
I mean,
guy.
but I-
He's had, here, let me tell you. I'll show you.
Oh, I know. I know. Yeah.
You obviously represented him upstairs?
I did. I mean, and of course, he pled up there. He's on a probation. Well, he just pled on the 21st. He's sitting out his 10 days up there. But I would just told him I would try to follow up here to make sure.
Prior to,
I'm sorry?
did you have him TRAS prior?
He did not, and he knows that he may end up going to inpatient and he needs it. And that's what, and
I mean,
and he and I had a heart to heart about needing the inpatient and mental health. He's got mental health issues too. I anticipate he'd probably that he'll probably be recommended to DDRP is what I anticipate would happen. Just me knowing his mental health and the situation. Because upstairs, it's definitely not alcohol, it's PCP. So I don't know if it was alcohol or anything down here.
Jeannie, has he done the TRAS yet? No.
No, Judge. He's sitting out his 10 days right now because he pled on the 21st. He was taken in on the 20th for the warrant. And then we pled him on the 21st. I just carried him over.
You know when it's set?
I don't know.
Alex, can you check it, please?
For which, Your Honor,
For the felony case?
I don't know if they would set, I don't know if they would, if they would schedule him for him until he's out for his 10 days, to be honest with you.
No, but they'll do it in, they'll do it in. I'm surprised that they wouldn't schedule him to do it in now.
I don't think so. I think because they just don't know what, because he only has the 10 days and I know that they're not being scheduled that quick in custody. He has the 10 days on that case up there and was technically on bond upstairs. You know what I mean? So I think that they haven't scheduled it. They would probably wait to schedule it once he's out is what I anticipate. But he does know that it's likely he would be recommended for inpatient and he knows he would have to go back in for that. But I don't know how long he would be staying in for a $6,000. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do they get, if they get credit for that toward jail time?
I warned him like 15 times. You know, the crazy thing is that he picks up a DWI nearly not even a month later, like 2.5 weeks later, he picks up a felony DWI. I mean, and it's number 4. What do you want me to do?
Well, I guess my question is on that particular find, is it just, does he just sit out that whole, does that work the same way as it would if you were fined?
You just sit out the $6,000.
Every 100 days. Every day is $100.
Is it really? That he'll sit down? Yeah. I mean, that's what I always thought.
That's what I was told for the sheriffs.
I should have defined it in the same category because that's the DPS mandatory fine, right? Isn't that what that one was?
That would probably be a question with the sheriffs and how they handle the 3-for-1 and the $100.
Yeah, I don't know either.
We just put
he-
remand so satisfied.
Okay. Well, I guess,
I can try to find out for you if you want to come back tomorrow.
if you don't mind.
I'll try to find out for you.
It's the first time that I've seen that fine and then someone obviously have to, because usually when you would, not you specifically, but we would do that form to waive it, but.
There are very few times that I hold people actually to it, but usually ones that have so many issues that just refuse to comply in any realm whatsoever, then I mean, I can count on one hand, right?
Right, yeah, they're not.
But Mr. Bryant is one of those people. It scares me. He truly does. I mean, and I'm surprised that you guys didn't do the TRAS beforehand so he would get knowledge, because when you get out and then you do the TRAS and then they're telling you to go back in for an 18-month or 15-month program, inpatient.
Well, he was admonished to, so, yeah.
I know. And it's always easy to say,
Yeah.
So, all right, give me some time and I'll find out. For
Because,
you.
yeah, I'll check back in tomorrow if you don't mind, Judge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if he is going to be there for 600 days or whatever, or 60 days, not 600, but 60 days, yeah, then I'll see if they'll just go ahead and do the TRAS, knowing that he's going to be in there that long. But if not, then I'll figure that out.
No, tomorrow.
Okay, great. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Judge. I'm here with Mr. Rivas. Ryan Rivas.
Okay.
We have a bond violation report.
Come up, Mr. Rivas.
Mr. Rivas also has a felony. That case was dismissed today, so we just have our misdemeanors now.
What am I supposed to do, Mr. Rivas? Over and over and over. I ordered you not to use any illegal substances, and yet it continues to happen. No, I mean, what? Felicia, when was the first test that we did on Mr. Rivas?
My last test was the test I took.
Did you represent him on the aggravated assault?
No, I didn't, Judge. He was just appointed an attorney this morning up there, and the case was dismissed the same day that he was appointed an attorney. Who was the attorney appointed?
Mr. Andrew Williams.
Andrew Williams. But I'm sure you know what he's gonna say. He said he was trying to explain to you that the marijuana was in his system from when he was arrested on January 22nd.
Yeah.
Judge, the only test we have is from the 18th.
What day?
Uh,
You mean today?
No, the 18th, February 18th.
Okay, that's,
I just took a test last week. That was my
And
first
that's what
test.
the,
you've been on bond in this case since September. Since September, you've known not to use any illegal substances. It's now February. What possible excuse could there be?
There is no excuse, Judge, given that
He has 3 open cases with us. I mean, I've continually told you not to use.
I think one of those cases was possession of marijuana. He said that's the day that he used, the day that he was arrested for possession of marijuana.
September 28th.
Yeah.
Sorry. Goes with you. I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Rivas. You're not getting it. I'm telling you no using.
Can you give me another chance? My first test. This Friday I have a college for UTI, which I paid $200 for. I can show you proof. I have an email of UTI. I've been trying to change. I told the door upstairs too. I haven't smoked since I got out. I'm an ankle monitor. I haven't smoked since I got put in this ankle monitor, Judge. You can.
When you get that ankle monitor?
Took me on the day I got released from jail.
whether he checked in for the drug test on the 18th, he did state to us that it.
You got the ankle monitor on the 18th? So you tell me you stopped smoking 2 days ago?
No. Sorry, that's when, he told us he had consumed marijuana in about 2 to 3 weeks from the 18th. And then the ankle.
So 2 to 3 weeks ago, you're telling me he says he stopped?
No, I stopped since I got out of jail.
January 22nd, Judge.
That's the day I stopped. I enrolled in college now, which I paid $200.
That was the last arrest because these cases were
If
different.
it's January 22nd, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks and 3 days, 4 days.
Just, but I know I can change. I've been trying to better myself since I got put in this ankle monitor. I've been in jail. I don't want to be.
Yes, it's from January 27th or January 28th.
January what day? Exactly.
They entered it on the 28th, but I don't believe he got it until sorry, they entered it on the 27th. I don't believe he got it.
What was the absolute last day?
The day I got arrested for the aggravated for this charge, this case that I got dismissed, I was parked in the car. That's when they had it. That's the last time I
That's
smoked.
December 19th, I see as the date of arrest. Or you tell me the time you stopped was the time they put the ankle monitor on you?
So
tell me, Mr. Clay.
The December 19th is when that felony was filed. He wasn't arrested on that felony until January 22nd. And he's
Okay.
saying that's the last time he smoked. When he got out on bond for that case was January 27th. He was given an ankle monitor as part of the
Yes, he was
felony
given an
release.
ankle monitor in the jail on the 27th.
And I haven't smoked ever since. I'm trying to change.
All right, then I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Then I'm gonna calculate it from the 27th and on to give you the benefit of the doubt. I will test you again 40 days from that day, 45 days. If I find that you test positive again for marijuana, it's not gonna go well for you.
sir.
If you're lying to me, it's not gonna go well.
Not lying.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not use. Do not hang around with people who are using, because I don't give a rat's behind if you tell me you're in a car and everybody else is hotboxing it. I don't care. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you're really working this hard to better your life, which is really commendable.
I just got a job. Now I just enrolled into UTI, which I had proof my Gmail, which is this Friday. I have a touring class, and then I have in tour in the.
Then don't muck it up by hanging with the wrong people. I bet all the cases that you have now. You speak Spanish?
Yes, sir.
Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Felicia, we know what it is. Okay? All right, Mr.
Thank you,
Clegg.
Judge.
All right, man. Make me proud. I'm not asking for much. Don't use, but don't put yourself into a position when you're hanging around with bad folk.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
Judge, your fabulous coordinator, NCLO, answered all the questions. He's working it up. They do have a felony T arrest schedule. I'm gonna try and move it up while he's in custody, so we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Michael Fan, come on.
Mr. Quell, Lanyard, GH8N9.
Come on up, Mr. Ghani. Man, 12:30 already? Mr. Ghani, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It's actually a DWI second that's being reduced to a first. So that's 2 DWIs on your record. What happens on the next one? Nope. Think again.
Prison.
Right. Do you have any clue what they would do to you in prison? I've read stuff it'll turn you white. It's so bad. I read that had me in freaking tears because it's so bad. That's how bad it is. Really. There's some parts of the prison, they're so bad that jailers won't even go into it because it's so bad. That's how bad it is. And all you need is just to have the faintest smell of alcohol, because when you get pulled over next time, because it's going to happen, officers, all they look at is your record. And if they see your record and they smell even the faintest smell, you understand. If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never get into a car. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it can never changes. Do you understand? For you to complete this successfully, it is 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 18 months. You must do a repeat offender DWI education class. 2 victim impact panels. You will also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Substance abuse treatment. No drugs, alcohol, guardian interlock, 25 hours of community service, and a $100 donation to the Houston Area Women's Center. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this probation and once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand? There is also a no breath test refusal clause as well, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. Do you understand? There is a supervisory fee that you will be required to pay with regard to this. And if you don't pay it, you will sit 1 day in jail for every $100 you owe. Because it's a 0.15 or above, it is a $4,500 surcharge that you're going to be required to pay. And if you don't pay it, you'll be sitting in jail for a long time. Do you understand? All right, sir, I'm going to follow the agreement, send you to it. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, with the court commissioner waiving his fees, he's lost his job. His mom was the one that was paying.
I don't know that for sure. All I know, it's a DWI second. I mean, we warned him. So, I mean, I'm gonna give you enough time to pay. Okay, we will give you 2 years to pay. You know, it's never about the money as far as probation is concerned, though. You know, if you ever have problems, come back, we can talk to you. But you must get a job. I don't know, you know. I mean, I can have you fill out an affidavit. We'll see what your financial situation is, but I want you to pay the fee. I want you to learn so you don't pick up another one. I have someone that's sitting in there right now. Same thing. They're sitting out $6,000 something dollars, you know? It's not a joke. Take it seriously. Do you understand? All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. I also have a motion to withdraw Mr. Nathan Fuller, Your Honor. He's a bond forfeiture.
Say it again.
I have a motion to withdraw from Mr. Nathan Fuller.
Okay.
Whose paper?
I see it.
I haven't heard from him, Your Honor.
Was he required to be here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll grant it and then I'll revoke it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thanks, Michael.
You got me one, because I think you said like, I got the from the sheriff's about Thomas.
Oh, they know. She knows.
Okay. I confirmed. It was 100 a day.
Yeah. So what she's gonna do is what's smart is they're gonna move their TRAS up so you can get the TRAS done now because it takes a while to get felony TRAS done because they're so hooked up, you know. So on Fuller, top of page 6, 5001.
5,000.
Yeah. Counsel, are you ready? Come on up.
Sorry, I have one more motion to sub,
Okay.
and then the second one has a piece I rolled over from yesterday, Crystal Gonzalez.
Okay.
We were getting the PTI, the client, she's here, she did send me everything. It's in my email, it includes 9 reference letters, so I'm asking for just review 1 or 2 days so I can make sure I review everything that she sent me and send it to the prosecutor.
Okay, you want to roll till Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm okay with it.
Does she have to come on Thursday? She's here
If
now.
everything's not submitted, you know, I mean, what's the last name again?
Gonzalez,
The case is old, right?
I believe.
Yeah, it's 215 days old. The problem is the only way we get stuff done is by actually getting people in here to do stuff, right? That's why. So, I mean, so it's it done or is it not done?
It's done. Like I said, I have like 9 letters and some more information in it. So I just wanted to review it all. And the last thing it needs is to be notarized, which will be done today.
Okay. If it's completely submitted, like actually submitted to them,
Yes, sir.
then I'll waive it.
Okay.
But if it's not actually submitted, then she's got to be here.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Counsel,
No, sir.
you with them?
This is an emotion. Okay.
I did enjoy your talk at the CLE.
Sorry?
I enjoyed your talk at the CLE this weekend.
Oh,
I was there as well.
thanks. It's interesting to hear from a lot of other,
Yes.
you know, I think it's great. It's really cool. I enjoyed it too. Come up, Mr. Meritt. Mr. Meritt. Come on up. Did you get the cause number for this, Alex?
No, Judge.
I'll give it to you. Tell me when you're ready.
All right.
254-7447.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Meritt, you were charged with criminal trespass.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I didn't know what they did. I went down there to where I go to the medical, Costa de Amigo, and I got there early.
Hold on. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah.
Exercise that
Okay,
right.
okay.
Because I don't want you to say something that's going to hurt your case.
Yes,
Okay? All I know is that your bond is at 5,002 because you've missed court a couple times. But we're glad that you're here now. You need a hearing aid, man. I don't know how much louder I can talk.
I can't hardly hear at all.
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Okay.
Would you like me to appoint you a lawyer? You need one. Is that okay?
I didn't know I was even breaking the law.
Well, let's see, please.
Yes, Judge.
Speak loud.
Yes, Judge. On January 13th, 2025, at 814 Crosby Street, the Boys and Girls Club, the complainant stated he has asked the defendant to leave 10 times in the past, and officers have warned the defendant to leave the property in the past as well. The defendant refused to leave the property after being told multiple times on January 13th. The complainant called the police, and the officer observed the defendant on the property and detained him.
Was it that one day he was there?
He was there on the 13th of January, and the complainant said that they had warned him 10 times in the past not to return to that location.
Okay. Mr. Merritt, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do not go back to the boy. What is it?
I don't go back over there. As soon as they did that, they've never told me nothing. The only reason I go there is for medical help.
Okay. You're going to have to find a new place.
Somebody lying right there.
Okay? Perhaps like LBJ Hospital or something of this nature. I will give you a lawyer today.
I'll stay away from me, believe me. I don't need any kind of trouble.
Please.
Okay.
I'm going to have to reset your case to give you time to work it out with your lawyer. Okay? I'm going to need you to come back at least one more time so you guys can talk about it.
Okay, sure.
Okay? So if you just want to take a seat, I'll have you speak to a lawyer here momentarily.
Sure.
Okay?
Come up to where?
I'll have a lawyer talk to you.
Sure.
Okay. Please.
I'll get my own lawyer passed.
Let me give you one.
Yes, sir.
Judge, are we reinstating the bonds? Yes,
Can you appoint, please? All right. Wait, he still couldn't hear me.
And Your Honor, no returning to that Boys and Girls Club?
Please.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah. So please reinstate.
Yes.
That states on conditions?
States.
Okay.
We'll go through the list. You don't have to call me.
Princess Diana said he was gonna withdraw.
What?
Princess Diana. That's his email.
Prince, I know that's so funny, isn't it? I mean, is that his dog?
Yeah.
That's so funny. 5,001 on that one.
Next is, page 10 and 11. Walter was supposed to approach you on that one. He left and didn't come.
Nah, but SFBF tomorrow.
Next judge is. Oh, that's it.
All right, we're done.
For this one, Judge, when.
Anybody out there?
No. Wrong conditions, I think, for Mary. You don't have them? When counsel shows up for the one I just appointed, how much time do you want to give?
However much you want.
Okay.
Don't matter.
We'll be on the state, one condition.